best intro in the fucking game.
Shout out Just Ant.
Facts.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 101 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you haven't done so already, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Mikey P, take us away now, handsome.
Look at you, smooth ass.
Fly ass.
Long and smooth.
Right after the weekend. That was smooth, man. All right. Episode 101 of Psychotic and Iconic, powered by Playmaker, was brought to you by Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, right now, we are live at the Props Network at propshq.com. Go there right now. Subscribe if you haven't already, because football is coming. Literally.
Me too.
So am I.
And I just realized we literally have 3 shows until the season starts. It's time. Like, it's literally time, okay? Fantasy drafts in 2 weeks. Like, shit's crazy.
I have one tomorrow night.
So, good luck to you.
What pick you got?
6.
Is it a keeper league?
Yeah, so it's going to be all over the board.
Oh, boy.
Who you
Interesting.
keeping?
I actually fucking forget. I forget.
Come on, cuz. You already toast.
Hold on.
You might be in a romper again.
Shit. You better pull a fucking all-nighter.
Well, while he's doing that, okay, got a couple other things for you. Look at what we're wearing. What is it, guys?
Fantastic fabric.
Fantastic
Get yours
fabric.
today.
The usual, okay? Black and gray t-shirts, tanks, long sleeve tees, hoodies. We even have mugs, okay?
And all that other shit.
And all that other shit. Literally, and there's more to come, okay? So DM us for pricing details, etc. We'll get you hooked up with P&I merch. Last but not least, show announcement for the week, okay? We do not have a show this Thursday, so our next show is next Tuesday at 8 p.m. And like I said, 3 shows. 3 shows remaining. So no show this Thursday. None of us will be available.
I'm keeping Jalen Hurts in the 14th.
It's a hell of a fucking deal.
Who else you got?
No, you can. There's rules because you can only keep a guy 1 year, and then it has to be after like the 4th round. And my team last year wasn't that good.
Oh, so then,
To
yeah,
get
that's
somebody who could finish number 1 overall quarterback in the 14th round is huge, because he's probably going to go like 5th round in most drafts.
Yeah, that,
It's huge.
Somebody has. My brother has like Debo Samuel in the 12th. My one friend Mike has. I think he has Jamar Chase in like the 14th or 13th.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
awesome.
That's a cheat code is what it is.
Yeah.
So Debo was drafted 2 years ago at that spot.
No. So you can keep a player for 2 years, but you lose your 2nd round pick. But so he was drafted last year at whatever Rob had him. I guess like the 13th over.
Let me
He
ask
went
you a
late.
question. Is there anybody in the draft? Like, I never played keeper. So is there anybody in the draft that's worth keeping and then getting rid of your 2nd round pick?
Yeah, it happens. Like
For real?
it depends. Like whatever year Alvin Kamara was his rookie year, I drafted him and it was like my last pick in the 15th round. So that next year I kept him and lost my 2nd round pick, and I had the first rounder that year, and I drafted Le'Veon Bell. So my running backs were Alvin Kamara and Le'Veon Bell that year, and I won because I had AB. I got him in the 2nd round.
That makes sense.
So I was
That's strategy,
unstoppable.
I got
Yeah,
you.
I was
Okay,
unstoppable.
cool.
So
I never knew that. That's cool.
like it does make sense. I'm not like a huge fan of it because it makes the draft a lot more difficult. I mean, but I'm not like a huge fan, but I roll with it. It's not a big deal. It's cool. It's a different dynamic.
Yeah, because if you get your RB1 again in the 1st round, then you have him and Kamara,
Yeah.
and then you're good.
Yeah. Like now.
There's your first 2 picks.
Yeah.
So
like
15 don't even matter because it's going to be somebody you're not going to play anyway.
so like he was saying,
Unreal.
like the average draft position.
Interesting.
Of Jalen Hurts is 5th round or 4th round if somebody swings higher.
You just got a
I
9
have
round
him.
value.
I have a 9 round
That's
value. So
interesting.
now my 5th round pick, I could get Mark Andrews or something like that. I can get a much more valuable, not much more, but I can get a valuable player, and I don't have to worry about quarterback.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I never
See
played-
that right there? You're already getting fantasy football advice, and that's what you're going to get tonight and the rest of our shows leading up to the season and throughout the season, okay? So you're getting season-long betting futures tonight. You're getting season-long fantasy football tonight. You're getting some division predictions, and this is all going to be NFC South tonight, okay? But first, I got one piece of news that I want to share. Jay Glazer reports Lamar Jackson has been offered more money than Kyler Murray. The Ravens face, quote unquote, a big uphill battle because Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed deal. Reactions, quick.
Deshaun Watson.
Accurate. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray. He's accomplished more than both. And I'm totally on Lamar Jackson's side, no matter what my personal feelings are about him, whether he can win the big game or not. But he deserves all of that.
Deshaun Watson gets a fully guaranteed deal. Lamar's got to get one too.
Absolutely.
Period. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Guess what? He's the best agent in the game.
He is. For real.
Seriously, I would hold out too. So there you have it, everybody. We'll stay tuned on the Lamar Jackson news. Remember, he set a deadline beginning of the season. He is not negotiating anymore. So we may have something in the next week or two.
Wait, hold on. You said he's planning to hold out?
No, he's not going to negotiate.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was holding out or whatever.
He's not going to negotiate past the start of the season.
I got you. Nah.
So there's the deadline. We shall see. Philly Phil, let's go, baby. NFC South.
You know who's in the fucking South, bro. It's that motherfucking dude. It's that motherfucking dude, that fucking GOAT, the greatest of all fucking time. He is back from vacation, ready to fuck you in your ass, cuz like straight up. Yo, my man is coming for his 8th fucking ring right there this year. Straight up.
Wow.
He's coming, bro.
I did this show tonight for you two.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
And not even kidding, yo.
This is for you two.
Sometimes, yo.
I just got
Brady and Baker Mayfield tonight.
Look, man.
I did that for you two. All right.
That's a good vacation, bro. That's a mental break. He's coming back fresh. It's Tom Brady, bro. You already know he's fucking focused.
Nick Cage.
The season's coming. It's over, bro. I'm excited about it.
Well, you know what? Actually, while we're on the Tom Brady subject, before we go to the team and go in depth about them, because obviously they're the cream of the crop of this division. They're right at the top of the NFC. The usual, okay? So Tom Brady back from 11-day leave of absence, guys. Returns to this giant headline dropped by Dana White saying that he and Gronk almost became Raiders. That was the team. Did Nick Theories not say that
Shout out Nick
a long
Theories.
time ago?
Look,
Did he not?
the reason why people don't believe me because my name is Theories. I think that's the biggest problem.
The biggest problem is you actually believe that.
That shit, was it not right?
It was spot on.
It was spot on.
Here's the thing.
I know my guy, bro.
Here's
I know my guy. I know TV12. Look at him. He's behind me. Pause.
The only reason.
Except he crapped on your guy Derek Carr a little bit, but that's okay.
This is
That's
why.
okay. That's fine.
That's why I didn't think it was the Raiders, because I think NFL players have more respect for Carr than most of the media does. And
Except Tom Brady.
I don't think, to me, Derek Carr isn't a quarterback that warrants that type of talk. Like, if you said that about Tua, you get it. If you said that about Jimmy G, you would get it. But I mean, no, actually, I actually wouldn't get that.
Back at the time, though, when this was all going down, that was when Derek Carr was ass. Like, he had a major year last year and turned it around.
You're right.
But he was, on the verge of getting sent away from Oakland at the time. Vegas.
Don't know. I don't feel like he's trash enough for the way that Tom Brady referred to him. So that's what threw me off about that whole scenario.
You're saying based on the context of what he said and how he said it and presented it?
Yeah, if you're saying that, if it's the Falcons and you have Marcus Mariota and you have somebody that you know is not very good, and you say, you're sticking with that fucking guy, that made sense about the Dolphins because of Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a star backup. That's what he is. And then but when you go and you say that about Derek Carr, who's been in the league for 8-10 years, he had that one season where he was about to be MVP when he broke his leg. I mean, he's had spurts. Last year he played well. So it was a little odd to me that he used that language.
But that was from a year and a half ago. That was after they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? That was the time frame? That was right after they won the Super Bowl.
What, the actual interview with Tom Brady saying, that part. But he's referring to before the season when the process went down, Derek Carr was not good at that time. He was very bad for a few years in a row.
All right, so maybe...
And the context, you're sticking, which means you're keeping him still. What are you guys doing? You're not moving on? That's what got me to believe, okay, it is Derek Carr. Absolutely.
And that does make sense. And also, they didn't want him, which is wild behavior. But if it sucks when you get turned down.
John Gruden, nonetheless. Like, you would think that John Gruden,
What's a power struggle?
with the success that he had with Rich Gannon, and that was an old man at the time. That was an old man who became an MVP under him, and he didn't go with Tom Brady
because of the tuck rule game, bro. I'm telling you, that shit hits deep, bro.
I'm sure it does.
He wants to beat him. He doesn't want to fucking join forces.
Maybe
that's the whole.
Could be an ego.
Only explanation I can think of.
Could you imagine though if they got Gronk and you had Gronk and Waller? That would be the best duo since Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Who needs wide receivers? That changes everything.
Oh yeah,
changes the whole everything that's happened since.
Their roster right now would be even more loaded. That's the crazy part.
Wow,
Tom Brady made the right choice.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Look at the Bucs.
The Bucs had a better roster.
You won a Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. You won the bowl. He accomplished it.
There you go.
He did it.
There you go. So there it is. Nick Theory said it first. We have proof. Okay, he did say it.
He's now in a fucking game.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Nicky Facts. I mean, that's what that's my new name, Nicky Facts. Fuck theories. It's fucking Nicky Facts. So
no facts.
If you think it's a theory, then it's a theory, and it's right. So fuck all the talk. Nicky Facts, baby. That's
Nicky Facts.
Nicky Facts.
There you go.
I like that.
There you go.
Fire name.
So over under win total for the Bucks, guys. 11.5. Last year they went 13-4. NFC South champs, number 2 seed, and they lose to the eventual Super Bowl champion Rams. A game that Tom Brady almost pulled off another epic comeback. Was asked for a half, but shit,
he turned it around.
He almost did it. So that's where we're at with the Bucks. All right. Other headlines: Gronk still retired. Who knows? All right.
He's staying retired.
Who knows? Mm-hmm. Julio Jones signed. Russell Gage signed. Okay. The wide receiver group's deep. They draft Rashad White at running back, 3rd round. They get Patriots guard Shaq Mason, but they also just lost Ryan Jensen and Aaron Stinney. So the interior line shaking up a little bit right now. Okay. Defense, they made a lot of moves. Okay. In short, they kept Shaq Barrett, Levante David. They added Akeem Hicks, Logan Ryan, Keanu Neal, and they returned Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy Bunting. This team's loaded. Mm-hmm. What are we thinking? I already told you. I think this is the best team in the NFC. I'm going to say it again right now, right off the top. Best team in the NFC. Although I'm a little, a little more hesitant since those interior O-line injuries. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Tom Brady does not like interior pressure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, that's 2 big losses earlier on in the season. I mean, the season didn't even start, and they lost 2 guys. Gronk being retired. Look, I understand people remember Gronk for his big plays, his athleticism, but they don't really remember him as a blocker. So I think that also plays a factor into their run game. And now they lost 2 interior linemen. That also hurts. So they have question marks on the offensive line. I still think the Bucks are the 2nd best team in the NFC behind the Rams because I think the Rams can get the pressure to beat them. Yeah, you can have all the wide receivers all you want, but if you don't have time in the pocket to deliver the ball, you're in trouble. And we've seen it from time to time again. I mean, look at the 07 Super Bowl between the Giants and the Patriots. The reason why they lost that game is because interior pressure. It didn't matter who they had on the outside. They couldn't throw the ball. So that matters, man. So, I mean, that's the biggest question mark for them. But in terms of their defense is loaded. I love Todd Bowles being their head coach after Bruce Arians stepped down. He's a defensive guy, and they got a lot of talent on that end. And they added a lot of veterans such as Logan Ryan, who's won a Super Bowl, Keanu Neal, who's also a veteran, and Akeem Hicks, who's been pretty good in this league. So
he's legit.
Yeah, he is. And
$8.5 million contract.
I mean, 11.5. I'll be honest with you. I think that's a little high. I think the Bucks' schedule is pretty tough. I'm actually going to go under on 11.5. I got them at 11.
I hit it at 11.
Yeah,
I'm saying over.
I got the over too.
Yeah, I just until it's Tom Brady, and until I see any signs of a drop off, you're just begging. You're just asking to lose. There's just no. To me, it's just it's like an overthink. I do now though. That is low. Maybe it's because of Todd Bowles, because they don't have Bruce Arians and not giving him too much respect yet. But at the end of the day, it's Tom Brady, and that offense is unbelievable. They're unstoppable. I mean, you're going to go into the red zone with Godwin and Russell Gage in the middle, Julio Jones and Mike Evans on the outside, and then your tight end is Cameron Brate, who's not a slouch. Cameron Brate is very good.
And you got Kyle Rudolph in the background too. I mean,
and you got Lenny Fournette. So good luck stopping them inside the 20. It's just not going to happen. I think they're going to be excellent.
I think the key thing for me in terms of them repeating and going over 11.5 is the fact that the defense is healthy again. Because that was what hurt them last year. The defense, I mean, they had a number of injuries all the way around, but the defense, especially the secondary, was beat up. And then they shored up the safety position. So I really like this defense to get back to being one of the best in the league. I really like them a lot this year. And I think that's going to be a key component. Like, I know the offense is phenomenal. I think they were a little too pass heavy, believe it or not. I think 721 pass attempts from Tom Brady. That's the second most ever. That needs to come down.
And
that needs to come down, especially with the interior line issue right now. That needs to come down. They need to run the ball better. And I think that's why they drafted Rachaad White. So in terms of schedule, though, by win-loss total, they're 7th in the league. So they have one of the easiest scheduled by win-loss totals. It looks,
Nah, their schedule's hard as hell.
I'm just saying, though, by win-loss total.
Look, they play the Cowboys. They play the Cowboys week 1. They play the Saints, who always have their number. The Saints always have their number. That's not an easy game.
I know, but now Dennis Allen has to focus on more than defense. That's a dub.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. Then they play Green Bay.
Dub.
Then they play the Chiefs.
Dub.
Then they play the Falcons.
Dub.
Then they play the Steelers,
Dub.
Panthers,
Loss.
Ravens, Rams, Seahawks, Browns, Saints, Niners, Bengals, Cardinals, Panthers, and Falcons.
Oh yeah, that's
not an easy schedule, bro.
Oh, they're not going to play. They're not going to lose one till the Ravens or the Rams.
That's not. I don't think they're coming out of the gate the way you think they are. But.
Well, look, I mean, I would classify 8 of their games to be difficult, maybe 9, and they're going to win at least half of them. So right there, that's 12-5.
So you're saying they're going to sweep the division?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. They'll probably lose a game to the Saints because they always do. But the rest of the way, I think they can go 5-1. They should.
I see 11-6.
You know,
I see a 3rd seed getting hot at the right time. And I'm telling you,
here it is.
I'm telling you,
this is your guy right here. Like you're doing this on purpose. I feel
I'm not
like.
doing it on purpose, bro. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's not. On
How
purpose.
am I the only person here saying this is the best team in the NFC?
I come up here.
I'm the most critical.
I switched.
Oh, you did.
Remember when you played the clip when you were trying to catch?
Oh yeah.
I got you because I said that I didn't like.
I caught you with the flip.
Yeah, because I didn't like what Aaron Donald said.
I come up here and I speak my truth. Like, this is not me holding back. This is me telling what I think. You asked me, what do you guys think about the Bucs? I gave you my breakdown. It's crazy to say, but I'm just being realistic. I just think. Yeah, I mean, Gronk blocking ability is major. I mean, I like their defense. Their defense is going to get better. But like I said, if you lose linemen that early, you got to replace them, bro. Like, they're not easy to find.
He throwing shade.
Making caps as his father.
Cap all you want. I don't care. You'll see. I think their schedule is a lot harder than people think, but that's fine.
I mean, really, I'm not worried about them
in a couple months.
If they got 9 difficult games, they're winning at least half.
You got the standard clip.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then it just proved me more right about Brady. It doesn't matter.
No, you know what's going to happen is in 2 weeks he's going to say the Bucs are winning the bowl. When we have our final show before the season, he's going to say Bucs are winning the bowl. Brady MVP.
Patterns.
So you have a chance.
No.
You get. We'll wait.
I said
till then.
They're going to be the 3rd seed, and they're going to get hot.
You make it hot.
We'll see.
Make it hot, baby.
We'll see. Tuesday, September 6th. You still have a chance to change. We'll see.
Look, I'm not saying they're going to be ass. I'm saying
I know.
11 wins is a good team. Don't get it twisted here. Don't twist my words. No,
11 wins might not put them in the 3 seed.
This is what's going to happen.
On episode 101, we're not going to twist my words here.
He's saying they're going to go 11-6. They're going to fuck around and go like 14-3.
And they won 13 games last year. They were okay for parts of the season.
He's going to go, he's 45 years old. He's the fucking GOAT.
Yeah,
I've been screaming.
Exactly right.
I really want it to happen, so we can't.
That's my expectation. I said 11 wins. I don't think that's crazy. I think 11-6 is a good record.
It is. Yeah, it
He's
is.
45 years old.
That's not good enough for this team. This team's loaded, man.
We'll see.
They went 13-4. They played very uneven football for half the season last year.
He's 45. It's crazy.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
45 years old, bro.
Liability.
And like it's so wild, man.
God Farm is going at you. Nicky ass, he says.
Look, man,
Smooth ass.
I spit facts up here, bro. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't really care. I get it, man. I know it's hard to believe a guy whose name is Theories.
Dude,
I get it. No, I fucking get it. I get it. But you'll catch up soon enough, just like you did with the Raiders news. So I'll carry on.
Talk your shit, King.
No, I ain't
So
gonna talk.
let's get to some more bets, guys. All right, let's get to some more bets. All right, Tom Brady, regular season over under 34.5 touchdowns.
What?
Double that.
Yeah.
I might take over 60.
34.5? That's low, bro.
Just saying.
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
over.
definitely over.
That's over for me. Yeah, I'm not even questioning that.
Yeah, I'm thinking over, but I don't know if he gets over 40 this year. It'll be like 38.
12.
What?
He might have that by week 12.
That is.
If they throw the ball 719 times again, maybe.
Yeah.
But that just speaks to fantasy value. All right. So we all say over. Passing yardage, he's at 4,500.5.
Over.
Last year, 5,300.
That's crazy.
Over,
man.
bro. It's disrespectful.
5,300. Like, yo, that's not normal, bro. That's not normal.
He slowed down, but his mind doesn't.
5,300 passing yards as a 44-year-old quarterback. That ain't fucking normal, bro. That's alien-like shit.
Yeah, huh?
That's insane.
But nobody was near that like number of attempts. Like Justin Herbert was number 2, and he had like 40 less attempts.
Pliability.
I know, I'm just saying. Like,
Pliability. Yeah, he's all that, bro.
they won 13 games throwing the football like this. They didn't establish the run till, if at all, late season.
When did they
I
establish
really don't even remember. They were throwing the football so much.
They were throwing it to Lenny.
yeah.
They were just doing dump offs. And then his around like
Marty
week 4, around like week 4,
Hardy Lenny.
Lenny's
Lenny.
fantasy stock flew up the charts. Flew up.
And it's still remaining that high.
It's still
honestly.
pretty high. He's the top 12. I think he's 12.
Yes.
He's ranked 12.
Yeah, he's like in the second round firmly. Actually, I can tell you that right now. Hold on. Yep. Oh, actually higher, Nick. 10th. He's going as the 10th running back off the board.
That's crazy, man.
10th running back off the board, 21st pick overall. Right on that fringe of second round.
He might have
Second,
a good
third
year,
round.
but their lineman getting hurt that's bad, man. I don't like it, bro.
We shall see.
That worries me.
All right, next up, guys. Actually, I'll just ask you this right away. Let's mix in some fantasy and betting together. Tom Brady has a fantasy option right now. All right, Tom Brady finished. 1 second. He finished number 3 last year in fantasy points. Okay, this year, Tom Brady is going 9th quarterback off the board, 78th overall. That puts him in like round 8.
It's fucking stupid.
All right, this is a 10-team PPR standard format. Okay, Tom Brady's going 8th round.
I don't understand it because the thing to me is like, okay, he finished 3rd last year. And you added Julio Jones. And I know Julio Jones isn't that dude no more, but he's the 3rd wide receiver on a team. He's in the perfect position to thrive and score touchdowns.
They got Russell Gage, too. Don't sleep on that.
I know. And I was praising him last year because I had him. I loved him. He was great. Like, I don't understand how they're lowering the standards for him. I don't care if he's 55. I don't get it with that. Even if he dropped off, he's not going to drop off to a point where he's not playable or he's just like actual mid. It's not like it's very different than the Peyton Manning drop off. Peyton Manning had neck surgeries. He's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with him. And I don't understand. Again, they're underestimating him. He's going to finish top 5 again as a fantasy quarterback.
I think the thing that stands out right away when I look at these rankings, it's like you're seeing 6 quarterbacks who can run and the leg advantage might be there, but the guy still finished 3rd last year. And Justin Herbert, for that matter, Justin Herbert's number 3 on this list in rankings. Justin Herbert finished number 2 last year. He's only had 6 more points than Tom Brady, and he's not exactly like yeah, can he run the football? Yes, but like that's not a primary aspect of his game.
He's a thrower.
Where's he being drafted?
He's going 38th overall. So he's the third QB off the board. He's going roughly 4th round.
I would take him over. I'm assuming it's Allen and Mahomes are ahead of him.
Yeah.
I would take Herbert and Allen before I would take Mahomes.
Like Mahomes and Herbert get a little bit of rushing production. They'll get like 300-something yards, a couple scores on the ground.
Yeah.
So that might be it. I mean, otherwise, Tom Brady's passing volume, if it remains this high, you have no choice. He's going to do it. He's going to do it again.
I'm up for, to be honest with you, I mean, you can make a case you could put Brady ahead of Mahomes.
This year you could, absolutely. So yeah, and I mean, not for nothing, you can make the case. You can make the same.
It sounds crazy. Don't get me wrong. It sounds absolutely insane. But look at the numbers.
And it's just not for me. Like for me, with the Patrick Mahomes not going first or second, it's just more who he's got to work with. Like just look at the team.
That's a factor.
Yeah, like he's still going to play well. He's not going to be a bum by any standards in fantasy, but he's not going to be in that A+ tier.
See, Brady had
this is the best wide receiver group that Brady's ever had in his career.
It's the best wide receiver
Brady
group in
had
the NFL.
13 more points than Mahomes last year with 500 more yards and 6 more TDs. So the Mahomes ground factor, even though it's minimal, he gets 300 more yards on the ground. It made up the groundwork there.
Yeah.
It made up that little difference with the two of them. So I guess it's got to be something involving the legs.
I mean, I guess.
Would you comfortably still start Tom Brady as your number 1 fantasy quarterback? Like,
absolutely.
would you?
Why not?
So there you go.
If he's being drafted a top 10 quarterback and it's a 10-team league, he's a starter.
So what we're telling you here is that Tom Brady is a value pick in the 8th round of your fantasy football drafts.
It's a steal.
Period.
It's a steal. If I got Tom Brady in the 8th round, I'm celebrating.
So next up, guys, because I got to keep us moving. All right, running backs. Who would you rather have? And I'm going to frame it this way. Actually, no. Let me rephrase. Are you worried about Leonard Fournette going as high as he's going with the presence of Rachaad White, knowing that they do want to run the football more as a team? But Rachaad White, I mean, he's looked good in preseason. The staff's high on him. They took him in the 3rd round. I think he's going to cut into his playing time. Whether or not it turns onto a full-out like timeshare, it's way too early for that. I think it's Lenny's gig for now.
Yeah, I agree with
that. But I'm going to say this, and you guys can respond however you choose. I'm a little nervous about taking Fournette that high. I would feel more comfortable if he was going 4th, 5th round. I can't take him 3rd round personally. And I had him last year. I can't take him 3rd round.
Neither can I.
Or 2nd round. I can't do it.
The thing that worries me too is he had a lot of volume last year, and he was known to get banged up a little bit. He does get a little nicked. And I just to me, they didn't add Julio. I keep going back to him, but they didn't add him to run the ball. They just didn't do that. And even if you're saying Lenny's going to run between the 20s, at that point now you're eating into his touchdown production because they're going to use Julio in the red zone. That's just, like I said, you're lining him up opposite of Mike Evans. It's pick your poison. So yeah, I would be worried about drafting him that high.
It's just a little too rich for me. I don't know. Nick Theories, what do you think?
To your Julio point, I disagree. I think Julio's in there for depth too. Because Chris Godwin's coming off an injury. Mike Evans always has a hamstring injury. So I think if one of those, wide receivers went down, you have Godwin and Gage pretty much. So Julio was pretty much a depth piece, but he's the best piece on the market at a cheap cost.
The best depth piece ever.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think it was just to make them a better team. I don't know if it was due to them wanting to throw the ball more or anything. I think Leonard Fournette's going to get his. No doubt about it. No doubt. Even in the pass catching game.
So are you comfortable taking him that high in a draft, though? That's the thing.
2nd round?
2nd, 3rd round is right. He's right there in between both rounds.
3rd round? Yeah, I would take him. Why not? He had 84 targets last year and 69 catches, 454 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the third highest in the league. In targets and in catches.
He had 84 targets?
He had 84 targets. That's a lot of targets, bro. And 8 touchdowns on the ground with 812 yards. That's production.
I mean, because
it's the name. If McCaffrey did this last year, he would still be drafted high, right? No questions asked.
It was all volume based, though. The thing with him is he's very inefficient as a runner. He's very inefficient.
I don't know what that means.
3 yards per carry, 3.2.
Yeah, but he also
he's
hits
not a
home
great
runs
runner
too. He also gets home runs.
He's a high
He
volume
closed out
guy.
the Colts with a home run.
But like that's the thing is if he's going to lose volume, I'm a little worried about him that high. Like for instance, I'd rather have these are guys going after him right now: Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley. Like I'd rather have every single guy I just named.
I wouldn't have Saquon Barkley, but I would take the others.
I'd say they're probably even for me, those two. But still, Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, Nick Chubb. I'm taking all three of them over him. Personally.
Javonte's he's hard to figure out.
Yeah,
I mean, look, you get the ex Green Bay offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, and he made 2 extremely fantasy relevant running backs in Green Bay. So I feel like it could happen again.
That's a very good point.
You know? All right. Bucs wide receivers. In terms of preference and round, which one do you want to own the most? Because Mike Evans is going 10th wide receiver off the board. Godwin, it is going 25th wide receiver off the board. So there's like a 40-pick gap right there. And then you got Julio way later and Russell Gage. Everyone wants to own a piece of this passing attack. So by value, though, which one do you want to own the most?
Godwin for me. He produces. I had him last year.
And you're not worried about him playing week 1, for example?
No, even if I would still draft him, even if he was out week 1. I would. He's gonna more than make up for it. And like I know, like I said, when we were talking about the top 10 wide receivers, I was saying about this with Mike Evans. He's the weirdest player I've ever seen. I don't understand it.
Well, also, like this is an analytics stat. Take it for what it's worth. He had 6 more touchdowns than expected. But then again, this is a guy who's bucked that trend his whole career. This guy has always shown numbers like that, and he still scores double-digit touchdowns every year because that's what he's good at. He's a massive weapon in the red zone.
Yeah.
So take it for what it's worth is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does exactly what he did last year.
He probably will. Because that's what he does, Mr. Consistent.
You know? So I probably would.
Mike Evans, guys. I'm getting 1,000 yards. And I'm getting double-digit touchdowns. What am I worried about?
I don't know.
Plug and play, bro. There's no need to worry. I had Chris Godwin too, and he gets nicked up because he goes across the middle. He takes more chances than Mike Evans.
Yeah, but Mike Evans does too because he's always pulling a hammy.
No, I get it, but he's still gonna get me 1,000 yards. That's guaranteed.
It's wild, dude. It's a weird thing for me with him. I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it to you.
Well, there's other options on the board when Mike Evans is there that maybe attract people like T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, AJ Brown. There's some people that might prefer them. So maybe it's a little too rich, but like the numbers are there. This is a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Hey, T. Higgins over
T. Higgins is going right after Mike Evans. I'm saying like there's some guys there that other people might prefer that are going right after. But Mike Evans' numbers are there. You know,
it's a numbers game. Fantasy is about scoring points. If the guys don't get you 1,000 yards, I don't even know what we're worried about.
There you go.
You plug and play, bro.
I think they're both amazing. I'm comfortable taking both of them.
What, Godwin?
Yeah.
I like Godwin. I'm just saying.
Like, Godwin actually might be going a little too high for my liking, too, at the moment. But then again, if this guy does play week 1 through the season, he plays starting week 1.
It's not even
that's a massive value. So I would probably lean there in terms of value perspective, but I'm happy drafting either of them. Just in terms of value. Because I'm going to get a guy who usually would go 2nd round, and he's going 7th round. You have to be comfortable with the risk, okay?
I'll take consistency. You know how I get down with consistency, man. I value that. I value that.
You're always consistent.
Absolutely. I'm very consistent. I value consistency. The guy's his whole career, every year he had 1,000 yards.
It's the quietest.
Like that's the crazy. And the reason why it's so quiet because Tampa Bay stunk for years.
It's probably. So that's probably goes in with it. But it's like. I don't know, dude.
He was still known on a national scale. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, he probably. I don't know what it is either though with him. It is so fucking weird.
There's something that just like
because nobody mentions Mike Evans as like one of the best wide receivers.
They don't.
Like they just.
He'll be a Hall of Famer,
and it's
I guarantee
crazy.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it.
It's just crazy to me. They don't mention him, but like I don't know.
And I don't.
What is it?
I don't by any means think that he's trash. I'm just saying like. When I hear like Mike Evans, I'm not like, oh wow. But then when you read his stats, you're like, oh wow. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I can't explain it. I don't know why.
I'm with you though.
And it's not even hate. It's nothing like that.
No,
it's not that.
I get it. It's like the stigma around him. I don't know what it is.
Flash. Period.
It could be.
It could be.
You know? He's a dominant player, too. That's the thing.
He's awesome.
Here's a perfect example. The Eagles fan base was more hype when they got A.J. Brown. I don't feel like they would have been as hype if they got Mike Evans. Like, they wouldn't have been running crazy. Yo, we got Mike Evans. Holy shit. Oh, my God, we're going places.
I think that's cap.
I don't believe that.
I think that's cap.
I wouldn't be jumping in circles.
I think that's cap, bro.
I don't.
The Eagles haven't had a wide receiver like a Mike Evans in a long time. If they got Mike Evans, it would be the same.
The buzz.
I don't know.
To me, it's just the buzz, dude.
Last question, guys. Right? Last question.
Huh?
People must love Flash.
I guess so.
It's crazy.
Mike Evans, Hall of Famer. I promise.
No cap.
Last question with the Buccaneers. Would you want to own any of the tight ends in this offense, being Cameron Brate or Kyle Rudolph?
No.
In fantasy?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm laying off for now, too. All right.
It's like the 7th option.
But I'll keep an eye on Brate in case he resurfaces as a touchdown guy. We'll see. But I'm out. All right. Phillyville. Change it up. We got another team to go to next. Sleeper team, maybe? I don't know. The New Orleans Saints. All right. New Orleans Saints, 8.5 win total. They were 9-8 last year. They missed the playoffs by tiebreaker. Sean Payton is out of the building now. Dennis Allen is promoted as the head coach. All right. Jameis Winston's back. Jarvis Landry signed. Chris Olave drafted. Michael Thomas is back. Tyrann Mathieu. Marcus May. I mean, they made some moves, guys. And they draft Trevor Penning to replace Teron Armstead. So, I want to know what your opinion is of the Saints right off the bat before we get into some betting and fantasy.
I think they're mid. I'm not big on them at all. I don't like Dennis Allen. And I don't think they have a quarterback.
I think they're the biggest sleeper in the NFC, and I think they could really scare some teams.
How many
I
games?
like their defense. I think their offense is loaded. Their wide receivers are absolutely loaded. Last year with Jameis, I believe they were 5-3, 5-2. If they could play, they could play good defense, they added Michael Thomas and Chris Olave. Chris Olave is going to be a stud. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the Rookie of the Year candidate category at some point in the season. This guy's electric, man. Like, just looking him up in his Ohio State days, this guy's a beast. And they got Jarvis Landry. And they keep Alvin Kamara for the entire season. It doesn't look like he's going to be suspended. This team is absolutely loaded. This team could really make some noise. So
missing the main ingredient, though.
What's the main ingredient?
Sean Payton made that offense go.
And what makes you think they still can't go?
4-12, 4-12, 0-4, fired. That's their head coach.
All right. Well, that was in the past. Josh McDaniels got another shot.
Exactly, and we're yet to see that. But
Pete Carmichael's still there, longtime offensive coordinator. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Not sure if that matters because we know Sean Payton ran the gig. All right, we all know it. But Pete Carmichael is still there. Jameis Winston worked with him. Just throwing it out there. I'm not saying how I feel. Just telling you.
I'm just
and that's bullshit too. Like I get it. Sean Payton gets all the credit, but we're not going to sit here and act like the offensive coordinator doesn't have any input.
New play caller though. That's the only thing. But like that's what I was saying. There's some consistency here, is what I'm trying to say. I'm adding to your argument.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like Sean Payton gets all the credit for the offense, which maybe possibly. Yeah, I get it. He's a head coach, but it's the people behind the scenes that don't get the credit either. Like we're not.
I'm pretty sure he was calling the offensive plays. So in that case, he is the offense.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton was calling the offensive plays in New Orleans. And that's what I'm saying. You have Dennis Allen focusing strictly on the defense. And I don't think that I think people are underestimating and I hate Sean Payton. I can't stand his face. But I think people are really underestimating that now. Like, you can be a good coordinator and a bad head coach, which is what I've said that I thought about Josh McDaniel in the past. With Dennis Allen, he failed miserably as a head coach. And then he went back to the defensive side of the ball. Now you have to worry about the offensive side of the ball where he didn't have to do that before. You have to be the leader. You have to galvanize the team. And Jameis Winston, without Sean Payton had him looking all right. So to me, I just think the Sean Payton loss is being really, really underrated. I really do.
Well, my thing is this. who's to say that they haven't learned from their past mistakes and their next adventure can be even better? Like, who is to say that? Lovie Smith gets all these fucking chances.
Well, Lovie Smith this is only his second head coaching job, and he was buns too. I've been on record saying that's why I said Houston's going to be trash.
Well, they're a different organization, but this Saints team is actually they have a loaded talent. You don't think that Dennis Allen can bring the best out of his entire team?
I don't know. I mean, Andy Reid couldn't do it to the Dream Team.
I think they're a sleeper team, and I think they're going to catch the Bucs slipping one of these weeks.
Maybe.
You know what this comes down to?
They're a good fucking team.
This team, to me, is exactly the same as the Eagles and the Dolphins. The question marks are quarterback and head coach. And if they pan out, they are as loaded as anybody. This team's loaded.
The difference between the Dolphins and the Eagles, though, they have offensive minds. The Saints added a defensive mind.
Correct.
That's not the NFL anymore. We were just ripping apart the Bears because they hired Eberflus or whatever.
Eberflus.
Yeah, whatever.
However you pronounce it.
The
Colts defensive coordinator.
You have the last time he was a head coach, I believe it was in 2011. So 10 years later, when the league is totally different, you're going to pop onto the scene replacing Sean Payton, and the team's not going to have any drop off with Jameis Winston. They're just going to keep rolling. I find that really hard.
This is why I say, major question of quarterback and head coach. But if it pans out, this team, they were 9-8 last year, and they had backup quarterback play for a majority of the season.
Trevor Siemian, right?
Yeah. And I mean, Jameis Winston, when he was there, 5-2, 14 TDs, and 3 picks. This is a career year for him. Career year. He kept his picks down. 3 picks in 7 games. This is why I was saying, maybe the right guy can unlock this guy's talent. This is why I was saying, for me, when I was saying the Jimmy G whole thing, this guy, when he plays like that, holy shit.
I liked him coming out.
But that's the thing is I don't know what you're going to get now. I really don't know. And he's coming off an injury, hasn't thrown a football in a while, So we'll see. But 9th easiest schedule in terms of win totals, guys. Okay. So unfortunately, now we have to actually make our bet here. Over under 8.5 wins.
Under.
I'm going over. I'm going to go over 8.5.
Well, because you have them making the playoffs, or you did at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're going to finalize that stuff. You can say it now if you want.
They're my sneaky team. I mean, I don't think their schedule is crazy. I'll say over 8.5. Slam fucking dunk.
I'm feeling like it's going to be a repeat, and they win 9 games.
I have them winning,
and they just miss.
I'm at 7 or 8.
It's going to be 8 or 9. Unfortunately, this is one where it's all right, I'm going to just cool off here. I think I'm going to lay off of this one. But I feel like if I had to bet on it, I'm going to say they're going to win 9 games again. And they'll be right in the thick of the conversation. Maybe it's a tiebreaker loss again. I don't know. If you get Jameis from last year, though, with this roster, the same team last year, and all the additions they made, they can be scary. They're going to be a team you don't want to play in the playoffs.
Not happening.
But that's the thing is I don't know. I really don't know.
He's going to eat some W's.
Over. Slam dunk. Over. Hit the over. Over 8.5. It's a slam fucking dunk. I'm telling you, this is a sleeper team.
So here's where it gets interesting then. Jameis Winston betting lines, okay? Over under 24.5 passing touchdowns.
Over.
I'm thinking over too.
That team is loaded. Do you guys see their wide receivers?
Michael Thomas was injured again. Jarvis Landry plays 3 games, and they got Chris Olave.
Come on, bro.
Those are fair assessments. I'm not even capping. I'm not even throwing shade. I'm being dead serious.
Landry plays 3 games. What does that mean?
He gets injured a lot now. He's not the Landry of old. That's a fair assessment, is it not?
It's fine, man. Let's just move on, bro. I don't feel like
it
arguing.
Is fair.
What the fuck did I say?
I don't know. You're killing him.
I don't feel like arguing, man. Let's just go.
Okay.
All right. Over under 3,650.5 passing yards. That feels kind of low for Jameis.
Yeah. Over.
I'm thinking over too.
That's like Mac Jones numbers.
What is
Mac
it?
Jones 3,600?
3,650.5.
Over. Oh, fuck. There's a couple of games where Jameis, man, he'll fucking throw like 104 yards, bro. Like, I don't know, man. That's tough, bro.
He was throwing 150 yards a game last season before he got injured.
150. So if he times it by 17, damn, I can't even do that in my head right now.
He was
That's
incredibly.
That's not even 3,000 yards.
He was super efficient last year.
Well, no.
To the point of like negative regression. I don't think like he'll keep up that kind of pace touchdown wise, even though I just said over. But I'm just saying, like, the pace he was on is insane.
2550.
Yeah.
That's 100 at 150.
150 times 17. 2550. He was buns as shit.
So what you got? You got the unders?
No, I said overs this year.
Yeah, he confused the hell out of me, bro. Yeah, give me the overs. Fuck it, I'm going over.
Yeah, I'm going over.
Bro, he got hurt.
Look, bro, look. Here's my thing. If I'm gonna bet the over under in passing yards, which I do, I would always take the overs, unless it's a crazy number where you think there's no way in hell they can hit that. Because why would I root for the unders? I feel like that is even harder to root for and more stressful than it is for the overs, in my opinion.
Me too, because when you bet over, when you bet over, you're losing the entire time. When you bet under, you're winning the entire time.
Yes, and that can switch at any moment in the season. Fuck that. I want to keep losing until I reach the top.
Me too.
That's just mentality.
I want to climax.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
I want to climb.
Wow.
Paul's
Write that down.
That's regular. Paul's always comes to fucking pod. Look at him. Look at him.
Why did he have to say that? I was hoping you didn't see that fucking guy.
I was kind of hoping that.
I was about to say it next.
I wanted to see the line a little bit better, but he's got his beard growing in, so it's just not there yet. But
I know we're good because I got to be ready for Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah.
It's had for Marcos' wedding.
Interception line over under 13.5.
Oh, what? Over
13.5. That's all I heard.
Over under 13.5 interceptions.
Oh, this is over.
Yeah, I'm thinking over.
He could have 4 in one game.
Probably like 14, 15. All right. But fantasy value?
I think he could be a waiver wire stream. Absolutely.
21st quarterback off the board.
I think he'd be a waiver wire guy. I like their weapons. So, yeah, if I have a quarterback who's got loaded weapons, it's worth the chance.
I would agree.
I don't mind sneaking him as a backup.
I wouldn't draft him and start him in the beginning because, like I said, I just don't trust him yet. But he could be a waiver wire flyer. Absolutely.
I don't mind. I would say, yeah.
I mean, look, if there's one thing he's going to do,
quarterback streamer value.
He's going to take chances. 30 for 30. Like, he's going to throw the ball.
Some of these games he's going to probably have to, you know? He's going to have to. And this wide receiver core demands it, okay? Running back. There are no Alvin Kamara betting lines of significance right now. So actually, I'm going to rewind for a sec. I just thought of something I meant to ask you guys. Comeback player of the year, Jameis Winston? Because he'll be in the conversation if he plays like this. If he plays like he did last year, he'll be in the conversation.
I can't go to that. Well, I mean, look, if I had him as
he's plus 500. Like, he's up there with, you know, the McCaffreys and whoever else.
I don't think he has enough respect.
I say no.
I don't think he has enough respect to get it.
To make the playoffs, though.
Yeah, but they're going to say the defense did it. I mean, look.
I don't know about that.
It's interesting, right? Plus 500. It kind of tells you he's one of the favorites in the race.
I'll fade.
Yeah, I'm fading too. All right. Back to Alvin Kamara, though. Are you worried about drafting him? He is going second round right now.
No.
Him all day. In the
Alvin Kamara,
13th pick overall.
Bro, he's getting touches. I don't understand it. Like, when I look at the rankings this year for the players, I'm like worried where I'm wrong. Because when I'm looking, it just doesn't make any sense.
Explain.
Like, when I'm looking at the average draft positions, or I'm looking at, like, you have people that are ranking Derrick Henry at 8, 9, and you have people like, and they're putting like Aaron Jones ahead of him or Nick Chubb ahead of him, and I don't see it. Like, I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I just feel like they have these premier players slipping, and I'm like, why?
I'll tell you why right now. Because everyone was worried about his suspension. So you heard me screaming, what? For the last 3 weeks on this show, I said, this guy's a buy. If you have drafts right now, you buy him because I don't think he's getting suspended. It certainly looks like he's not getting suspended. I think the ADP is going to climb back up in the first round.
It should.
I don't see how. Yeah, actually, it already went up 5% in the last week. So if you have a draft right now and he's available at the 14th pick, Do not waste your time. This is a first-round running back.
All day long.
He's not getting suspended right now.
No,
He's not going to. If he does, it's going to be next year. But that right there is why I don't see any betting lines on him, so I'm not even going to ask you.
I mean, I would still take him. I think he's definitely worth the risk if you are worried about suspension. Even if it's 2 games, it's Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
You're going to have him for the rest of the year.
Done.
Like, look, they have Joe Mixon ahead of him. I don't understand that. You have
But where are you looking?
I'm on Fantasy Pros.
Oh. Yeah,
Najee,
see, like...
You have Najee Harris. Like, they're already saying
you're
that
looking at rankings. Yeah, I
his
understand.
workload's getting eaten into.
I don't understand it either. I'd rather have Alvin Kamara. So, wide receiver to own in fantasy. Which one? Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, or Jarvis Landry? And I'll give you their ADPs after you answer.
Olave.
Yeah, Olave. I think he's going to
Rookie burner. I don't trust Michael Thomas. Jarvis Landry, I can't trust him. I can't rely on his health.
Nah, fuck it. I'll go Michael Thomas.
Slant boy?
I'll go Slant Boy. Hell yeah.
Really?
28th receiver off the board, going 7th, 8th round. Michael Thomas.
He scares the shit.
If he's healthy,
does scare me,
he's healthy, man, he is worth it, bro. He could be one of the top
is
receivers
PPR.
again.
Bro, I traded for him last year because they said he was coming back like week 10.
Yeah.
And I traded for him that week, and then he was out for the season.
People forget the greatness, bro.
They do. They do. But
I'm very nervous right now.
I mean, it's...
But the value there, if he's Michael Thomas, again,
That's why I traded
this is PPR right here. So Nick's got a point. Like, he's 80 to 100 catch, I'm sure.
Are you guys worried about the rust, or are you worried about the injury?
Injury.
I'm worried
Because
about
he's already nicked up right now and the season hasn't started.
I'm worried about the injury, and I don't know if he loves playing football.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Oh, that's spicy.
I just went like last year. It was the ankle, then it was the timing of the surgery because that was a big story with Sean Payton when with the contract. It was the contract, then it was the foot,
Yeah,
then
they butted heads.
Then it was the surgery. Then he's butting heads with Sean Payton. So I'm like, all right, dude. Now he's in camp. There was another story about him not practicing. Then it comes up he's got another foot injury or whatever injury it was. And I'm just like, bro, are you just finding reasons to just collect your money and not play football?
I can't. I'm not gonna believe that because he was obviously in shape at the time of camp. He ain't doing all that just to fake an injury, bro.
I'm not saying that he's faking it, but as to where like if somebody has a hurt foot, they may play through it where he's like, I'm going to sit out. Like Kawhi Leonard. He reminds me just like that. When he plays, he's awesome. But the problem is when he gets nicked up, he takes extensive time off because he wants his body to heal.
Yeah, he makes me very nervous right now. But the value is definitely baked in.
I'm baked.
I want to tell you like a reception bet here for him because that's his thing, and there is none right now. It's not available for that reason, probably. I mean, they got him. They got him at over under 5.5 touchdowns and 775.5 yards.
Bro,
like that feels pretty low.
5.5
Vegas
touchdowns?
must be down on him too.
You know how good Michael Thomas is.
Vegas is a little nervous, is what it seems like to me.
Look, I think 5.5 is actually a really good number, actually.
I feel like that's low as hell for him, dude. He's a premier wide receiver.
He was, but he only scored 9 touchdowns that year.
This is kind of like a wide.
Now it's 5.5. I feel like it should be lower.
But they also have more weapons around them too.
True.
This wide receiver room, honestly, guys, I kind of just want to wait and see how it unfolds. Maybe I make him a trade target.
I'm gonna go on.
I would probably like throw a dart at Chris Olave first, just because of I don't want to waste a mid-round pick for someone I feel nervous about. But the value is there, though. Like, that's the thing is, like, it's a reasonable case here to be made. Like, this guy will return second-round value at worst if he's healthy. I just don't want to be that guy. I'll take a risk somewhere else.
I already took the risk, and
I'm just not ready for it. I'm not ready for it with him. Not ready for it with him right now.
I can't say second-round type guy, even if he...
But you think he'll be a value on where he's being drafted right now?
Where's he being drafted? I'm sorry.
He's going between 7th and 8th round. I just can't.
I mean, it depends who's around, who else is being drafted in that range.
All right, so right around that range. Ready for this? Cortland Sutton, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Godwin, Gabriel Davis, Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson.
That's 6 players I would take.
Hunter Renfrow.
7 players.
That's crazy.
I mean, I just can't.
Yeah, nah, I'm with
I
you.
can't.
To me, it's not worth it at that point. If I can get an Amon-Ra or Cortland Sutton or Gabe Davis in that area, yeah, I'll take them over this
Now,
guy.
I can't do it.
Let me throw
I
this
agree
in
with
there
you
real
on that,
fast.
actually.
Like-
But I'm not down on Michael Thomas. I think if he plays, he can still be effective. I just, like you guys said, the injury kind of does worry me a little bit, but I don't know, man.
For the keeper league now, here's a perfect opportunity of a strategy in a keeper league. Now, if you take Michael Thomas, you know what he can be. But if you're scared on him this year, you go draft him in the 12th or 13th round. He puts up 1,000 yards, 85 catches. You keep him next year in that low position. And now you have, a wide receiver 2 or something like that.
Let me ask you a question. If I keep a player in that draft, going back to that, I forgot to ask you that. If I keep a player, right? Say you keep Michael Thomas in the 12th round, and then next year he goes crazy for 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Are you able to trade that player at any point in your season?
You can, but you can't. If you cut him or you trade him, you wouldn't be able to keep him. He has to be on your roster for the full year. But are you saying the following year, can you trade him if you keep him?
Yes.
Yes, you can trade him. It doesn't matter.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
no.
dope, man.
But like I said, here's the thing. I drafted Trey Lance in the 15th or 16th round. And I was going to try and keep him, but I didn't have him on my roster the whole year. So that's why I kept Jalen Hurts in the 14th or the 12th or whatever it was. But yeah, that's what you
I like
do.
what you did there.
But they have to stay on the roster for the entire year. And last year I got crushed with injuries in that league too. So I had to drop Trey Lance. So I couldn't keep him.
So I can't pick up a free agent in week 3, hold on to him, and then
No, he has to be drafted.
Oh, that's hard, man. Pause.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, but it's a very, very different strategy because like I said, Jamar Chase, who's probably a top 12 pick, is gone because for somebody in the 14th round.
That's so interesting, man. That's so cool. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get off track.
No, it's all good.
Track here.
We're
I just
fucking
Throwing you some keeper
I
league
fuck with that
advice.
That's cool.
We're
All right,
potting.
that's cool, bro. That's good shit.
Yeah, it's a cool. It
That's
is cool.
strategy behind everything. Like I didn't know he had to be on the roster the entire season.
Oh
Like,
yeah. So now bye weeks come into play, injuries come into play.
So now you got to think about, all right, if I drop him, can I get snake bitten in the end?
Correct.
Yeah, that's cool. I fuck with that.
So, guys, there's no fantasy relevant tight ends unless you consider Taysom Hill. So we're moving on, all right? Philly Phil.
You got Adam Troutman.
Adam Troutman is
I
crazy,
kindly wrote his
fam.
name
You
down.
fucked with him last year.
I
didn't
did
you?
fuck with him.
He said, yeah, I
You
fuck
know.
with Adam Troutman now.
He-
but I also said I fuck with Ferkser. So it happened. You know?
a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, that
family.
was a big swing and miss. It
Oh,
happens.
man.
Sour hour.
Yeah. I was fucking-
Ferkser's coming up in our show shortly, by the way.
Anthony Ferkser.
All right. Yeah, Ferkser. All right. Carolina Panthers. This one's for you, pals.
Let's rock. I'm
The
inspired.
Carolina Bakers.
Carolina Mayfields.
Carolina Mayfields. Yeah, that's his fantasy name, right?
I'm a baker.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Freak it.
2022 line win total of 6.5. It went up. It was at 6.
That's because we got the starter.
6.5. He's worth a half win. There you go. All right. 5-12 last year. They trade for Baker. He was announced as the starting quarterback just a day ago, ending all conversations about Sam Darnold battling with him. And then also rookie Matt Corral is out for the season.
That sucks.
So
Yeah.
Baker's job security is looking pretty good, you know? Because I was this close. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was this close to putting out something about taking the under on his passing yardage. And now I kind of feel like it's looking pretty good, you know? Because I think he might actually wind up playing the whole
I don't know
season.
what it is. I don't know what it is.
It was
blind.
like, well, it changed. Hold on. Do you want to know now?
Real fast. I actually want to give
Can I predict it?
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to say, fuck.
I'll say 37-50. But yo, real fast, I want to give a shout out to Sam
Hold
Darnold. The way he handled the press conference when they asked him about being the backup was like true professional. Like a true professional. For real, good for him, man. He's a good dude.
Guess where he would still start? Seattle.
Yeah.
Saying.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. There you go.
Can I?
Just saying.
I'm
Bro,
going to
they
guess.
should've traded.
I'm going to guess the over under.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say 30, 36, 99 and a half.
Did you just look it up?
I swear to God, I didn't.
What's he
look it
got
up.
on his screen?
Nah, bro, it's just 37.
It's just Baker's
Browns
stats.
3,700 and a half.
3,700 and a half.
Yeah,
I was
you
off
both
by one.
were. You both were literally money. Okay. Go ahead. Tell us what you think. 3,700 and a half.
That's crazy.
We'll bounce around. Pause.
I'll say over on it because I think Christian McCaffrey's going to be healthy for the entire year. I actually do think. I think we're going to get into that, but I think he's going to be comeback player of the year. I think he's going to be healthy. DJ Moore is good. Robbie Anderson, Baker put one on him and he didn't hold on to it. Maybe he was too busy screaming no, so he couldn't really focus on the ball. But no, give me overs.
To me, I'm going unders, man. I'm sorry. I know I talk about taking the overs because it makes me feel like I don't know, a little bit better position. Yeah. But it's Baker, bro. I've seen the man throw for 120 yards in a game, bro. Like I don't know, bro.
What year was that?
It was last year, man.
What was wrong with last year?
If you would have took Baker's under passing yards in pretty much almost every single game of the NFL season and you bet the unders, you would have won a lot of money. I'm sorry. I know you like Baker. I'm just being honest.
2021. Shit happens.
I know. And that's fine. If you predicting he's going to have a better year, then that's great.
He missed 2 or 3 games last year and he still threw for 3,000 yards.
Yeah, 3,010 yards. That's not an accomplishment.
Baker
a 45-year-old quarterback threw for almost 2,000 more yards. Actually, 25 more 100 yards in it.
Baker in his signature 2020 season threw for 3,500 yards.
Against New England, he threw for 73.
I feel like that's the model right there. I'm gonna go under, even though I think he'll challenge this line. Like I don't think it's like a blatant under. I think he's gonna challenge it because this team might be losing and have to throw the football.
This is the best wide receiver core he's ever had. He's never had a 1. He has a true 1 right now.
And who?
DJ Moore. DJ Moore's a true 1. He's better than anybody he's ever thrown to.
He's very underrated.
I think he's underrated, but if I look at DJ Moore, I would consider him as a high end wide receiver too.
That's fair. I won't argue that, but he's the best wide receiver he's ever thrown to.
Sure, maybe.
Look,
Odell might have something to say, but also you're a notorious hater over there.
I'll take DJ Moore over Odell, though, in my opinion.
Well, now I would.
DJ Moore's the ball. I'm not going to disrespect him. He could play.
Just saying.
I like a true wide receiver 1. That's tough, man.
Well, I'll say he's the best he's ever thrown to.
That's tough.
In my opinion.
All right, I can agree with that.
I'll say.
And Robbie Anderson was doo-doo last year.
Yeah, I know.
So for me, it's like.
Well, he's got the Bake Show now. Bake Show will carry him a little bit. I had to throw that in there.
Maybe, but I don't know.
No, I'm going over. I'm looking for a big season from my guy.
I'll go under.
I'm rooting for him heavy.
Well, they're going to need him to perform because Matt Rule is definitely on the hot seat.
Facts.
Okay.
I could perform.
Ben McAdoo brought in to be offensive coordinator. He's starting to talk positively about Baker. That's a good thing, right? Because he was trashing him in the past.
Well, he has to. It's all an act.
Yeah. I mean, they really haven't done much. Like on the defensive end, okay, they lose Hassan Reddick, Stephon Gilmore.
That's going to hurt.
Daquan Jones, and they didn't really do much. I mean, they add Matt Ioannidis, who's underrated at defensive tackle, and that's kind of it. You get J.C. Horn back.
Joe Horn.
Draft a few guys. Like the defense did take a hit, but they were a pretty good unit for most of the year. So I don't want to like completely hold it against them, but I'm definitely a little bit worried about their pass rush. I am worried about that right now. They still got Brian Burns, but I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Hassan Reddick is extremely underrated.
Brian Burns.
Like he's going to go off this year.
Facts.
Brian Burns, he's legit.
That name's heat. Brian Burns. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I burn.
He's one of the best in the league. Write it down.
Nah, I know.
He's one of the best.
I actually have a couple of his rookie cards.
Regular.
Yeah.
6.5 wins though, guys. This is the line. This is tough. And they overhauled this offensive line. Like, that was a major issue. You know, Ika Mekwonu, that was a big pick. They signed 2 more guys. Bradley Bozeman, Austin Corbett. Big money.
I'm saying over. And I'm saying it because when Christian McCaffrey was healthy last year, they were 3-0 and he was throwing for 350 yards a game. Baker Mayfield's better than Sam Darnold.
It literally feels like it's contingent upon CMC. Because the offense is going to have to take it up a notch.
They will. And they'll be fine with Deontay Foreman, too. I'm not worried about it.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. Yo, you have to shield up, bro. Like it's
why?
crazy.
All right, say under then.
Of course, you're gonna pick the overs.
No,
bro.
I'm not.
And I get it, man. Baker's your guy. You're not gonna pick the unders with Baker being your guy. But if Brady I'm a realist, bro. I come up here and I spit the real.
No. What you do with Brady is you say it's less, so when he overperforms, you could get louder.
No.
That's exactly what you do.
No.
I'm on to that pattern.
I think he can win the MVP. Don't
I know
get it
that.
twisted.
He's not winning the MVP, winning 11 games.
Why not?
Because they need to win 13 or 14 games. You need to dominate to win.
So
MVP.
if he has 50 touchdown passes, he's not going to get the MVP when he
No.
smokes everybody else out?
No, not if he has 11
disagree
wins.
with that.
Not if he has 11. He threw for 5,300 yards last year and didn't win MVP. And
Last year was fucked up.
So
I
this
think
year
he
won't
should have
be?
won MVP last year. Don't get it twisted. I definitely think he should have won
thinking
MVP.
and what happens are very different stories.
Yeah, because the voting shit is corny, bro.
I
So to me,
I
like
won't
I
argue that.
don't even bother with that. But I'm saying I think he could be in the MVP conversation.
so do I. I
Still-
always say that. I
still
got
at
him
11
winning. I got
wins.
him winning 13 or 14 games.
All right, that's fair. That's cool. But
Now I need you to make your line so that I could come back to this clip.
Look, bro. I just think 6.5 is a really low number, but their defense took a hit. I'm going under, cuz. Give me under 6.5.
Thank you.
So they have the 14th easiest schedule in the league. They're like right in the middle of the pack. I do think that the pass rush, like they were literally one of the best pass rushing teams. You guys don't even realize this. They were like literally top 2 in pass rush win rate. That was a major component of this team. I think they take a dip there, but I do think they're going to get better offensively. Because I also agree with you, Pauls. We were talking about this. I do think CMC is going to stay healthy this year. I don't know about 17 games, but I think he'll play most of the season this year, which is absolutely the key. And really, like, he and Baker are kind of concerning injury-wise. They both have to stay healthy. Like, Baker's effed up his shoulder 2 years running.
Look,
So-
it's not even that for me, bro. If DJ Moore goes down or one of their wide receivers go down, who the hell do they got, bro?
That's fair,
well, you
too.
can say that about a lot of teams,
Is,
though.
is Tommy Tremble, Ian Thomas, are they going to help your fucking team?
Tommy Tremble's on my radar.
Yeah, he could be on your radar all you want, bro. That's not he's not on my radar. But what I'm saying is, if one of their top wide receivers go down, they don't have much to replace him, bro. You think Baker is that guy? We talk about it up here all the time. Is Baker that guy to lead his team when it matters most? I'm talking about without a wide receiver. I'm just saying, like, yo, I mean, look, if McCaffrey goes down, they got Foreman, but is he able to be that for them? Can he play the Christian McCaffrey role?
Look, all I'm going to say is the last healthy Baker season, he was that dude. He led them.
That's fine.
So I look, I'm not saying he could do that with the Panthers because if they lose DJ Moore, his wide receiver one's Robbie Anderson.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and he's
That can be
worries
said
me.
about literally like every
but
team.
that's
though.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not about to say that about DJ Moore, who has stayed healthy. You know, like I'm talking about two guys that have been injury prone recently, in the quarterback and running back, who are literally
if they
are the pillars of the offense.
I'm saying if they stay relatively healthy, like
if they
are
play
on
most of
opening
the
day,
season,
they are winning over 6 games, guaranteed.
So here's a stat for you, and this is like I'm literally so torn about this line. 5 wins last year against rookie QBs. All right, but on the other hand, 2-6 in 1-score games. Something tells me they get a little bit better there. But like they'll, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm thinking that they'll probably hit 7 wins. I'm going to say over. And I think they'll be in that conversation for a while of those like possible wild card teams. They'll stay afloat because look, early season schedule. You got Cleveland, Giants, Saints. Maybe look, 2-1, very possible. 3-0, possible. I would likely, pick the Saints in that game, but they'll probably lose the next 3. Then they got the Falcons twice. They got Seattle once. Pittsburgh, like they'd have to win the games that they're expected to win.
Yeah, they have to win the win.
But maybe they'll surprise in a couple. I'm going to just give them 7 wins. All right, 7 wins. Not comfortable though.
You talk yourself into that one.
No, it's like a double-edged sword here.
I know
it's like
it is.
I expect CMC to stay healthy. Therefore, I think they win a couple more games. They won 5 games last year. All 5 of their wins were against rookies though.
And they started off like 4-0.
They started off 4-0, but CMC was there. Like that's the thing is like this is a premier player in the league. So,
and you saw what he did with Sam Darnold, bro.
Sam Darnold was looking good.
Whoa. Sam Darnold wasn't looking good because of Christian McCaffrey. Sam Darnold was looking good because he was actually playing really good.
No, Sam Darnold fell. He literally walked
was
off
playing
the cliff.
really good, bro.
He was because Christian McCaffrey was there, and that gives you time.
I thought Sam Darnold did really well, even outside the pocket when he was running. He was actually leading the league in rushing. And
then Christian McCaffrey got hurt, and that's when he fell off the cliff. It was game like 4 or something like that. It was exactly
something happened. I don't know, but Sam Darnold was balling in the beginning. I don't know what happened, but
we were watching the game.
Well, it's real easy when a top 10 offensive player goes down and for everything to change.
Yeah, but a running
that
back,
drastically though was something. That was definitely something. Okay, Baker Mayfield passing touchdowns. Going back to Baker, 21.5.
Over.
I'm gonna say over. It'll probably be like 23, 24.
Oh man, that's tough.
What was it? 21.5.
21.5.
I mean, he got 17 games. There's
3 of his 4 seasons in the NFL, he went over that number. So I'm gonna say over.
I'll say over.
Like even in his bad 2019, where he had 22 TDs, 21 picks, still over by half a touchdown.
He learned that from Jameis.
Yeah, we don't know which version we're gonna get of Baker here. Like this
2020.
You know, his interception rate is climbing, brother. Like I'm skeptical, but like I said, I took the over. All right, I took the over with you. All right, interceptions, 13.5.
That's really your man, bro.
I'm ride or die.
That's really your man, bro.
I'm ride or die.
Crazy. That's really your man, bro.
13.5.
It's not. I can explain it.
And last year he had 13 and 14 games. 13.5. I'm gonna say over. I'm going to say 14 picks.
Give me under.
And that's not bad, by the way. Like that's saying that his rate improves from last year.
How much did he have in 2020?
He had 8.
Exactly, when he was healthy.
He was healthy.
Forget. You tell me that about Michael Thomas and all that shit.
He had 21 the year before that and 14 the previous. So, I think 14 is a comfortable number,
The year before that was Freddie Kitchens.
Look,
Joe Burrow threw 13 last year.
If he's 25 and 14...
That'll work.
Record might be 8 wins, maybe.
That'll work.
We'll see. I'm saying over though. I'm going to say over for that because I don't know if you can just change that habit right there. That's not to say he's not going to play well. By the way,
15.5.
It's 13.5. 13 last year.
Say it. Say it.
16 games. In 14 games. Excuse me.
I'll go.
I said over.
13.5.
You said over.
I'll go over. Fuck it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll live and die by the sword. That's what I always do.
Paul's plus 1,200 for comeback player of the year, in case you're wondering. So CMC is plus 900, by the way. So Jameis had better odds.
I don't understand.
Jameis was higher up.
I don't understand that.
You know what you
quarterbacks, man.
You know what you need to do? You need to bet on the overs on every single Baker statistical category. I'm serious.
Put it all on one ticket.
If he believes
and when you're right.
If he believes,
you're right. Hang my nuts.
Here's the thing: if you believe in it, do it, bro. Like for real. Like if you have him as the over passing yards, you have over in touchdowns and under in interceptions. You parlay that.
Well, let's take a trip.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's do it. And I'll put it right here. We could pick the. I'll get the ticket and show it to the world.
Bro, I'm not even sitting here bullshit.
Me either. I'm 10 toes down, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm that's major confidence.
No,
major.
Why not?
Last healthy I saw him.
He believes in him. So why not follow your heart and say, fuck it, I'm going to bet on this.
And make some money on him.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Go ahead. There's some nice numbers there. Go ahead. Attack that line.
That would probably be a wild parlay odd, too. If you bet overs on all of those and unders on the picks, the odds would probably be fantastic for real.
I'm sure. You're going to have to do it. All right, Baker, fantasy value. Yes or no?
No.
I'm avoiding.
Yeah, nah, he's not.
I said no. Definitely not. CMC, do you feel comfortable taking him number 2 or number 1? Because a lot of people are taking him there too.
I do. It's CMC, bro. I just when he's healthy, he's the best fantasy player in the game, and that's not. Even
I won't go number 1, but I think I probably would lean number 2 with him. I think I would.
JT over him.
I will take JT over him. But CMC number 2, I couldn't say no.
I'm with you.
The numbers are so hard to ignore. It's a tough question. This is the toughest question, arguably in the fantasy offseason right now.
It's not.
It's a hot topic.
It's not a slam dunk to me to be 1 and 2. I think he can go 3. I mean, I personally like Austin Eckler. Personally.
Over CMC?
He's in a high power offense. He produces, he catches, he runs.
You're not worried about Larry Roundtree?
No. Why would I be worried about that?
Yeah, I'm kidding. It's not a household name.
McCaffrey got hurt the last 2 years.
It's a big
Michael Thomas gets hurt, and nobody's really and everybody's more concerned about Michael Thomas, right?
Because nobody feels that he loves the game.
You're questioning that. I'm not questioning that, but you are. That's just your opinion. That's cool. I don't know him, so I can't really give that statement. I don't know the man.
I know.
But what I'm saying is, in Austin Eckler at 911 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns last year, 94 fucking targets, 70 receptions, 647 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns in the air. What are we talking about, bro? This guy's legit, dude. This guy's legit, bro. You want to talk about a balance? That's insanely balanced.
Yeah. I mean, look, I would still take CMC, but
why?
There is an argument.
But why?
Because I feel like when CMC's healthy, he can't be matched in fantasy.
If he's healthy,
correct.
Are you willing to actually take that risk?
I would be, because
when you have Austin Eckler on the board right there, is it worth to pass up on Austin Eckler versus somebody's health?
Austin Eckler's
because I feel equally as skeptical about his health.
Austin Eckler, that was his first healthy season, so people forget that he was injury prone.
No.
I'm equally as
he got
nervous.
hurt 1 year, and he missed 6 games in 1 year. That was back in 2020, I believe, or 2019, 2020. He missed 1 year of games, 6 games, and then he got hurt for 2 games, like his second year.
I feel like the knock on Austin Eckler drafted high, though, was that he always gets banged up.
People say, "Oh yeah, he's not built like that. He's not built for that."
He was only a part-time running back for most of his career.
I'm looking at the stats here. Hello, the fucking stats tell me, holy shit, he's a beast. He's a beast, bro. He's a fucking beast.
I mean, you have the numbers there, so I can't argue.
It's insane.
I'm not saying that he did produce.
It's a stigma against the injury. Everybody always is so scared about the injury with Austin Eckler. But what I'm saying is, I get it. Christian McCaffrey, he's fucking awesome. If I had him, cool. And I'm not mad about it. But what I'm saying is, if you have an Austin Eckler there that can produce in PPR in terms of pass catching, targets, fucking rushing yards, receiving yards, and scoring on both ends in terms of catching and running the ball, you got it all. I just don't know if I'm willing to risk and passing up a guy that caliber for somebody who's been injury prone the last 2 years. That's me, though.
No, I agree.
That's me, bro.
I feel like if healthy by healthy, CMC blows him out of the water.
How?
He was a fantasy monster. He was basically 2 guys in 1 player. I mean, he kind of is now, too.
He's amazing, bro. He was second last year behind Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor had 18 rushing yards and 1,800.
You make a compelling case.
Like, it's crazy, bro. I just think Austin Eckler is a little slept on in terms of...
He absolutely is. I agree with you there. Absolutely.
Like, it's crazy to me, bro. I mean, look, everybody's worried about the injury. Why ain't you worried about the injury with Christian McCaffrey?
I am.
I'm very worried.
That was 2 years in a row. This guy was healthy last year, crushed it in fantasy, and now people are willing to bypass Austin Eckler for CMC. That ain't going to be me, bro. And that's my opinion.
I take Eckler over CMC with the 2nd overall pick?
I probably would. Truthfully, I probably would.
Love that.
I probably would, bro. I'm on a high power offense.
I trust you. I know you know your stuff.
I'm on a high power offense. I know my team is going to score points. I know he's going to get the ball. Who's his backup?
And he can handle the load.
Isaiah Spiller, he's been out. So this is my thing, bro. Like I think it's a safe bet with Eckler. Truthfully, bro. You're on the high power offense makes a difference, bro. He's gonna be in bum ass Carolina, who's gonna struggle to score points, bro. Seriously, they are. Like, even if they score 24 points a game, are you comfortable with your running back in that offense over somebody who can get 35 and 40? Well, not me, bro.
He'll probably have all 3 of those touchdowns.
I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I mean, look,
more mouths to feed though in Los Angeles.
Look, I'm not mad at you if you take CMC over them. I'm not, but I just see it differently, and that's all.
All right, Panthers wide receivers. Sorry, I gotta speed us along. DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. Okay, how do we feel about them fantasy wise?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is going right around round 3-4. I mean, I'll just tell you right away. I think that he's one of those guys that you can take and maybe have a wide receiver 1 on your hands this year.
I like him
because statistically, he's right there. He's in good company. He's like literally top 5-6 receiver statistically in fantasy.
Robbie Anderson
in a 3-year sample
concerns me.
I don't have the exact number. Robbie, I might take a late round flyer though.
I would too.
I would because he's going to go pretty much the end of the draft.
Yeah.
It depends if I miss on my rookie targets.
I did it last year with Robbie Anderson. I do not want him at all. I was so high on him last year. I thought he was going to be a breakout candidate, and he literally stunk the bed. So for me, the only wide receiver worth having would be DJ Moore. And where's he being drafted?
He's going like round 3, 4.
3, 4.
I think he's going to return value on that. I think he'll produce second round value fantasy wise.
I'm not going to take DJ Moore a 3rd and 4th pick. If I have a running back near there, I'd probably go running back, or I would take who else is in that range of wide receivers?
Terry McLaurin, Jalen Waddle, Deontay Johnson, AJ Brown.
I would take Waddle.
They're all really close.
I probably would take Waddle.
I would go Waddle as well.
I'd go DJ Moore, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I
not about
he's gonna
talent,
be the
by the way.
target
This is
hog.
about fantasy, not
Waddle-
about talent.
Waddle was awesome last year in fantasy.
Yeah, but Hill's there now.
Yeah, that's even better for him,
True.
in my opinion.
It just will lessen his targets. Or it could help his targets, actually.
It could help. All the attention's going to be on Hill.
Yep.
DJ Moore has been quietly very good.
No, he's been awesome. I mean,
He just needs to get in the end zone a little bit more. But I mean, 93 catches,
that's where it
almost
is.
1,200 yards last year with absolutely dismal quarterback play. So, that being said, I'm going to give you his over-under 1,075.5 yards. I'm slamming the over. And receptions, 85.5. I'm slamming the over.
Slam.
Anybody else?
I'm slamming you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got the over.
Go on.
All right.
I have overs.
All right. There you go.
Whoa. What was the touchdown?
Touchdown I didn't throw you, but it's
Okay.
5.5.
5
And I'm going to say over on there, too.
Over.
I'm going over on everything. I think he's going to smash these. 7 TDs, 1,300 yards, and 95 catches. Right off the top of my head. Feel very comfortable with it.
I'm under.
I got overs.
He's never had 5 touchdowns in a season.
Till now.
He's always had some dog shit.
Maybe.
All right. That's it for the Panthers. Guys, we're going to just give out our Falcons bets because they suck.
Yeah, I don't even. There's nobody.
But Philly Phil, if you want to change the music, feel right, go right ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I don't.
This
feel
team
like
is-
talking about fucking.
This team is poo. All right. So I'm just literally going down the win-loss totals. I don't know how they won 7 games last year, but they did. All right. So Marcus Mariota is the new starting quarterback. Matt Ryan's out the door. That's pretty much all you need to know. I mean, they draft Jake London, Tyler Algier. These guys could be fantasy worthy. And Calvin Ridley's out for the year. Rookie quarterback in the 3rd round, Desmond Ridder. All right. So Marcus Mariota, fantasy value, possible.
Fuck no.
There you go. He answered pretty quickly.
It's they don't have the talent. They're void of talent.
It would be matchup-based streamer. How about that? It would have to be against a horrible team.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Matchup-based streamer. That's like the lowest rung of streamer you can go.
Here's what I say.
Matchup-based streamer.
He's got the wheels.
I was his legs.
He can run.
Yeah.
He can run.
That's
He can
right.
He can get 20 points on with his feet. So I think he could be a streamer as well. I'm with you.
Yeah, matchup-based streamer.
Matchup dependent. Yep.
So, otherwise, I'm not going to advocate for any bets for him. I think you guys will agree with this because this team's going to lose games, and Desmond Ridder is probably going to play at some point.
I agree.
So I'm not even going to throw you the betting lines for Marcus Mariota. I wish he went to Pittsburgh. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, shout out to the Falcons for getting Ridder because I feel like Mariota could teach him, those strengths in terms of running the football and stuff like that. Like I feel like Desmond Ridder can be that kind of quarterback. And if he has a better arm than Mariota and he's more accurate, he could be a better player. I think this is the perfect.
They're similar players.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect mentor for Ridder, in my opinion.
Agreed. I still wish he went to Pittsburgh, though. I'm just going to say.
Who, Ridder?
No,
Actually, I
Mariota-
would have liked to see Mariota and Ridder go to Pittsburgh.
Kenny balling.
But Mariota, I would have loved to see in Pittsburgh.
Kenny moving different.
Yeah, okay.
He's
Kenny
had an
Pickett?
awesome preseason.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's mid. I'm just saying he's had an awesome preseason.
It's preseason, though.
That's how I feel. Nah. I won't ignore it, though.
I mean,
It was better than I thought he would do.
Trubisky threw a pick in the preseason. Did you see that play, yo? He avoided all these fucking players, scrambles out, and then threw a pick, bro.
Dog.
He's
Nah.
so trash, yo.
Yeah. Over under 5 wins for the Falcons. I'm just going to go right ahead and say unders. And I
Here we
mean
go.
5 though. 5. The schedule. I'll give you the schedule. Oh fuck, they're going way under. They have literally the 9th hardest schedule in the NFL. They are going under 5 wins. It's not going to be a push. It's going to be an under. It's
I
going
can't
to be.
wait to hear this.
It's going to be 4 wins. There you go.
Well, let me see their schedule real quick. I mean, I see the Seahawks at the first peak. I think that's a dub. I think they could beat the Panthers one time. They got the Bears. I think they might be the worst team in the league. That's 3. The Falcons is winnable. The Commanders is winnable.
The Falcons is winnable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if they beat themselves, that counts as one.
The Steelers is winnable. Commanders are winnable. Sorry, it's rare. What's that? 5? Yeah, I got to go unders, bro, because
exactly
even if they get the 5, because my thing is this. Because look, my thing is this.
Sour hour.
Even if they get the 5, it's not 5.5.
You could say push.
So to me, it's not even worth the money to put into it if I'm going to go over.
I wonder what the push odds are. I'm not even going to look, though. I'm saying under. All right. Fantasy-wise, Cordero Patterson, yes or no?
Yes.
I fuck with him, too. He's a sleeper for me, bro.
Real heat.
He is going,
Easy.
and this is important because there's only a couple of fantasy relevant guys here, so we'll be done in a minute or two. Cordero Patterson is going 29th running back off the board, roughly 9th, 10th round. Value?
Absolutely. He did great last year.
9th, 10th round?
Yeah, I don't think
who's his backup? I don't understand.
He was the best fantasy
Tyler
pickup ever.
Algier, or however you pronounce it.
Who is that?
5th round rookie who they like, although he's buried on the depth chart right now. But I would be willing to take a flyer on him late. I think I wouldn't mind Cordero Patterson at that stage right there because he's going to catch passes, and it is PPR. And he's going right around Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard. I feel pretty decent about that. He's going to catch passes. I don't think he'll run as much this year, though. But this is PPR. It's the name of the game.
I mean, look, I ain't
Everyone like him in that range?
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with
love him.
69 targets, 52 catches, and 548 yards with 5 touchdowns in the passing game. I'm not going to argue that. 610 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, that's pretty balanced.
He put Mike Davis in a body bag.
I'll say this. He's definitely. I would probably put him at the lower end RB2 area.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
But if he's your 3rd running back and he's your flex, you're golden.
Fine. Like I don't mind him there.
You're golden.
Right now, I'm fine with it. I think he'll lose work, but again, he'll make up for it with pass catching because they don't have receivers except Drake London, which brings us there. Drake London going 37th receiver off the board, right around Tyler Lockett, Hopkins, Lazard, Elijah Moore. I mean, are you buying him in that range? I like him. I just think I would rather wait a little bit longer. I think he could be a freak, but I'd rather wait a little bit longer. I'd rather wait a round or 2.
I'm not interested. And
he's going earlier than Chris Olave, for example.
That's insane.
It's no disrespect to
Sky Moore's going later too. I like those 2 rookies a little bit better in fantasy.
It's no disrespect to him. I'm not looking to draft him. I don't know much about him in terms of what he could do in the NFL. He's on the Falcons. They're really booty. And it's Marcus Mariota. That's my quarterback. For me,
Target share should be up.
I'll say this. Pitts. I'll say this. The only way that
should have 20+%.
I'll say this. For fantasy value, what could actually really help the Falcons in terms of fantasy and players, such as Kyle Pitts, Patterson, London, is that they're going to be trailing a lot of these games. So they're going to be playing catch up. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be getting all these garbage ass fucking points that could be sneaky for you. So that's kind of how I see the Falcons team this year and in terms of fantasy relevancy.
That's why I would just
besides Kyle Pitts, I think Kyle Pitts is a slam dunk top 5.
I would like to just wait for him a little bit. I just don't like him in that range because I like a lot of other players better. But I would if he falls, I'll throw a dart there because target share should be high. It should be roughly 24, 25%, I imagine. Kyle Pitts might have 30%, which leads us there. That's how we'll end the show. Kyle Pitts is going, obviously he's going as a top 3 tight end. Top 4, excuse me. Actually, he is going top 3, excuse me. He's going 37th pick overall. That puts him right between rounds 3 and 4. Like him there?
I do.
37th?
Oh,
37th overall.
No.
No, that's high.
That's high.
Sorry.
That feels pretty high.
That's high.
I took him in like the 5th round last year, and it was a mess.
Love the player. I think he's going to absolutely redeem himself in the touchdown department. But like, if he repeats everything else, he had one of the highest amount of targets for a rookie tight end in NFL history last year. Believe it or not.
I know, but
So,
he just came out of the gate.
I think like he'll be very good this year. I just don't like. I don't like dipping that early at tight end myself. I just don't. But you have to pay the price if you want an elite tight end. That's the price you got to pay. There's a lot of cases that can be made that you got to do it. But that's where he's going. And
Too high.
And I'll give you his betting odds because he actually is worthwhile. Hold on.
Dipping out on me.
Kyle Pitts, touchdowns. Oh, 4.5. I'm saying over this year.
Over, dude.
I'm
Somebody
saying
has to
over.
score.
And he's at 900.5 receiving yards, which I'm also going to say over.
Bro, I gotta be honest, man. These
Doesn't mean 1,000.
These over-unders are real shady, bro. Like
They try to trick you, man.
Like 4.5 is very, very small number, bro.
Somebody has to score touchdowns for them, and he's their best option. I don't. What am I
But
missing?
that worries me, though, man.
His expected TD rate was right around that range.
How
Like
many TDs
literally,
he had last year?
he only had one.
Oh.
It was in the London game, and I remember it. He was on my
Mid.
team.
Mid.
But like,
And now he's got Drake London on his team.
yeah,
That's crazy.
there you go. But his expected touchdown rate, like his expected rate was right around the 4 or 5 range. So like he should have had that many touchdowns and did not.
He's
Shit.
breaking that, bro.
I think he is too. 900.5 receiving yards, and that's the last question of the show. I'm saying over. He had 1,026 his rookie year, 68 catches.
Oofs. He's the number one, bro.
I don't know, bro. Yeah.
68.5 is his reception line too, and I'm going to say over. I think he's going to improve. Period.
These numbers seem so low, but I mean, it's for me. Like I said earlier, it's worth it for me to take the overs and all these just because of the talent that I'm getting in the player and in my investment. I'll take the over at 900 yards.
900.5.
I'll take the overs on that, and I'll take the over on the 4.5 touchdowns. I mean, the guy's getting drafted 3rd fantasy overall. You're telling me this guy's only going to have 4.5 touchdowns and 900 receiving yards? To me, I wouldn't even draft him then. If I would just go after a running back if I knew that he was going to have that kind of caliber year.
Facts.
So, and especially
That's a great point.
I mean, like Vegas is paying him to be like he's going to be like middies at 37 player, bro. Your guy should be having 1,000 yards at least, and at least over 5 touchdowns.
That caliber of
Think about
player
that for a
finished
second.
No,
sixth.
that's what I said. You were just plotting.
That's kind of crazy, bro.
Sixth ranked tight end last year with just one touchdown. Believe it or not,
And Vegas
it was very second half heavy for him. But like that's what I'm saying. I expect improvement from the guy. I'm not going to say a regression, a negative regression in yards when he already had 100 plus more. You know,
that's what doesn't make any sense.
That's just 68.5 though. That feels like a trick with the receptions. That's the exact line he had. We'll see. That's the Atlanta Falcons. They were only worth less than 10 minutes of our time. So that also was episode 101 of P&I powered by Playmaker. And it was brought to you by Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, you should know this by now. We were live at the Props Network at propshq.com, where you need to go and subscribe to keep up with all this football content. We can barely even fit one division into a show. And we got to fit 2 into each show for the last 3 shows. It's going to be interesting.
Ready to rock.
But it's going to be different. There are teams that we talk the hell out of. We're just going to go right down the betting lines and shit. All right? You're not going to want to miss that because you're going to want to make some money. All right? P&I merch. Fantastic fabric. Gray and black tees. Long sleeve hoodies. Tanks. And we got mugs. All right? DM us for details courtesy of IPP Pressworks. We'll give you the pricing and everything. We'll hook you up. Last but not least, no episode this Thursday. Our next episode is next Tuesday. That is August 30th, okay? Next Tuesday, August 30th, 8 p.m. 3 shows left till NFL season starts. You're not going to miss it. Nick Theories, take it away.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our socials, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby.